I thought about going to the gym once, but decided to rub my feet instead. Was just as productive. All right, Tone. Time of the day here. Thank you much for joining me as always. And why don't we finish the year 2022 and enter 2023 with some absolute nonsense? I have been through my comments and I found the weirdest, the most negative, and the ones that make me laugh the most. And as always, people say, Simon, don't worry about the haters. Trust me. I never do. I just appreciate you giving a damn to begin with. Also, this stuff is hilarious. So we begin with Brian Taylor, who says, why does he call himself the bored a-hole? I didn't actually plan it in this fashion, but I'm glad that it has happened. I get that comment a lot because when I start my videos, I go, hello, Simon Miller, the bald a-hole here. It's because I'm bald. See, it all ties back into something that happened when I started doing What Culture videos. Shout out to What Culture Wrestling. And people would say, this guy, he's such a bald, and they would say the word. I won't because YouTube will ban me. They said it over and over and over again. So I was like, well, I'll just start calling myself the bald a-hole. And then if they call me it, they're just joining in with my catchphrase. They're joining in with the fun. I much prefer if I was the bored a-hole. Can you imagine? You've never watched one of my videos before. And you tune in. Oh, he's bored, is he? What's the point? And you turn off. That is the number one way to get rid of people. I may as well start a video and go, don't watch this. This is absolutely crap. Now, there is some truth into that, but we don't need to get into it. By Brian, I am not the bored a-hole. I am the bald a-hole for life. Unless I take one of those pills. Nah. And we move on to Joshua Bruce, who says, I've defo seen you in a porno. Laughy face, laughy face. Well, you haven't seen me in a porno. You've seen Johnny Sins in a porno, so you've just outed yourself. Although I was in New York City, a year or so ago, whenever it was. No, it was before that. It was pre-pandemic, I believe, 2019. And I walked into a GNC, and the person behind the counter said, hello, Johnny. How are you doing? And he'd even met Johnny Sins, and he still thought I was Johnny Sins. Now, don't worry if you're a fan of the Johnny Sins comments, because there will be more coming. And we move on to Ian Metcalf, who really got into this, because he says, I've never seen anyone suck dick as much as Miller does for AEW. Dude clearly wants a job, so pathetic. Now, did the voice there as well. I forgot to do it on the other ones. Now, this is a comment I get a lot as well. Apparently, I just give AEW television shows loads of ups and no downs because I think Tony Khan is going to watch it and ring me up and go, Simon, thanks so much for supporting the show. Would you like some money to appear on Dynamite? This is the most absurd thing I've ever heard in my life. Now, even if I was doing it, the joke would be on me because there's no way to get a job. But also, as I've said 1,000 times, I've never been paid by WWE, AEW, Ring of Honor, Impact Wrestling, New Japan, whoever else we've done. If they rang me up tomorrow and said, Simon, do you want a bag of cash to give a show 12 ups and 0 downs? I would say yes. And then I go on the show and I go, guess what happened to me? And I would tell you. That's what life is all about. If you want to bribe me because of some stupid opinion show I did, I am totally cool with that. I am down with that. It'd make for an absolutely fantastic chat and a fantastic story. I just try and be positive with wrestling. That's it. I don't try and look for the negatives. I don't try and be a negative Nancy. When I first got into it, I didn't think there was enough positivity and I was a positive guy. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to try and inject that into the wrestling space. And that was it. You don't have to like me. I genuinely mean it. You don't have to agree with me. You can think I'm an absolute piece of shit. That is all cool. But do not question my integrity, because as we've just discussed, I have none, but I'm honest, so I tell you. And we move on to Carson Welsh, who says, bleep time, who the is this guy? Hang on. Who the is this guy to say what's good or bad in wrestling? Seriously, who is he? Now, actually, Carson makes a good point. I don't know how I fell into this position, Carson, but I did. And let me put this back onto you, Mr. Welsh. If all of a sudden somebody rang you up and said, oh, hi, Carlson, do you want to be the know you have some ups and downs? Would you say, no, thank you very much, because I do not believe I have the plaudits in order to do this. It's just a stupid show. We've already talked about this, and I will say, to give myself a little bit of a foot up here, I did go out there and become a wrestler. Doesn't mean I know what's good or bad in wrestling, but at least I try to ingrain myself in the product as much as possible. Also, there are 1,000 review shows. There are thousands upon thousands of them. If you watch mine and you think it's ridiculous, you absolutely should go somewhere else. You've only got one life. What's your name? Carson. You've only got one life, Carson. You need to live that life. You don't want to be wasting it by being bogged down with people you don't like. So there you go. Not even I think I should be taken seriously, and my parents definitely don't. They tell me every day, so nor should you. Problem solved. And we move on to an essay from Garrett Bowers, who says, I genuinely think no one should listen to your advice. It's nonsense. You don't think people should do squats? These people need to grow a pair because without squats, you legs ain't growing. Fact. I don't think I've ever said don't do squats. What I've said is if you don't like doing squats, just don't do them and do something else. Of course your legs will grow without squats. What do you think your legs are? It's ridiculous. If your legs didn't grow without squats, you wouldn't be able to walk anywhere. You'd have to squat every single day to kind of pump them up. My whole point is people do squats. They don't like doing them. They injure themselves. They're not lifting right. It's an absolute mess. Go do something else. Leg extension, leg press, hamstring curl, whatever it is. Isolate your leg muscles. I don't give a damn. Do squats, don't do squats. The world's still going to keep turning. It's a squat. No one should be getting this mad about a squat. I've forgotten his name again. What's your damn name? Geralt in The Witcher. Geralt, no one should be getting this mad about squats. It's a squat. As long as you're able to do squats, why do you have to care what anybody else thinks about squat? Now, you did say, I genuinely think no one should listen to your advice. That's ironic. I made a video where I said no one should listen to my advice. That's my whole point when it comes to fitness influencers. I think you should take everything with a pinch of salt. Also, you need to calm the flub down. And we move on to Tony Diaz, which is a great name. Tony Diaz, he's going to kick your ass. I thought about going to the gym once, but decided to rub my feet instead. Was just as productive. All right, Tone. I mean, you can do whatever the hell you want to do. I didn't need to know that. I need to know what you're doing with your feet or your toes, whatever you may have in between that with the skin. I can tell you this is not as productive. It may turn you on more. It's not as productive. I move on to N. His name's just N, but I've already seen the comment, of course. Why this guy look like Johnny Sins? Laugh emoji, laugh emoji, laugh emoji, laugh emoji. I mean, you can't argue it. Sometimes you just have to take the amount of comments and admit it. Yes, I do look like Johnny Sins. What can I do about this? Not a lot. One day I hope to meet Johnny Sins and make a video of the non-porn variant because I'm not into that. He can go off and make his porn. That's fine. Good for him. He's made a terrific living. And it's way more than I do. But I just think that video would break the internet and then maybe put this to bed forever. It's another essay, and we move on to Robin Spent, who says, I cannot believe... That's amazing, I've just seen it. I cannot believe you gave the Maximum Male Models match an up. It's people like you that are ruining wrestling. That doesn't say ruining. That says running. People like you that are running wrestling and making sure it will never be taken seriously again. It's scandalous. I'm looking up the word scandalous. There's no way it's scandalous. Oh no, I've got a bunch of crap on my phone. There's no way it's scandalous. Scandalous definition. There we go. Scandalous definition. Here it comes. Causing general public outrage by a perceived offense against morality or law. On a state of affairs, disgracefully bad. Well, I guess you could tie it into that, but it's really not a problem. I like the Maximum Male Models. I missed them from SmackDown. They were stupid, and I like goofy wrestling. And you can't believe it. Well, you should give it. All I did was this. It's really simple. You take your finger and you tell your brain to point upwards and magically it just happens. And I don't know what running wrestling means, but it sounds quite cool actually. So I'm happy to be running wrestling. Sounds like I'm in charge of it. Simon Miller, the running of all of wrestling. That's what you could call me now from now on. Mr. Running. You can edit YouTube comments. Just go back and read the damn thing and edit it. Michael Wolf, also a good name, says, what's your problem with the arch bench press? Oh my gosh. It is scientifically proven exercise and you're leading people away from it. How can you call yourself a fitness influencer, you bold moron? Right, you wrote bold. It's bald. It's B-A-L-D. Bold is like when you take some letters or when you stand up in class and say, I'm going to tell you something and you march forward, you're being bold. It's bold. If you're going to insult me, at least get the damn thing right. I just don't like the arch bench press because I don't think anybody does it right. I'm not saying it's not a good fitness exercise that you can do if you've got the form down, but nobody has the form down. People can't even do normal bench press, smashing it in their face going, I'm trying to work my chest. I'm like, that's not doing anything. You're going to break your audible bone. This ties into everything. Nobody should listen to me. Nobody should listen to you, Mike. And everybody should just do what they want to do in the fitness palace of love. There should be no rage in fitness or wrestling. These are fun, exciting things. We should be making love to them. What? And we have one more, and we finish with Stefan Walsh, who says, I've never heard such gibberish opinions in my life. You no idea what you're talking about. Isn't that meant to be you are? Yeah, you written you got the grammar wrong. You've no idea what you're talking about and somehow have a platform. You're a joke. Also spelt wrong. Joke. Let's put an exclam on it. Just slam his hands down. You're a joke. I am a joke. I'm a moron. I'm pathetic. I'm an idiot. I'm scum on somebody's shoe. However, I do have somewhat of a mini platform and I do have gibberish opinions. What do you want me to do? You want me to cancel my platform for you? Mr. Walsh? Then we have another Mr. Walsh. Like Mr. Welsh, I can't remember. Steph, ain't gonna happen, man. So you're just walking down the wrong path. In fact, tell me what you do. Let's say you're a plumber. How would you like if I shouted out my window, cancel the plumbers, cancel the plumbers? You wouldn't appreciate that. Even if you only served a few clients, you would still want to be able to do your plumbing work. Well, it's the same with me. If people enjoy my videos, that's awesome. If they don't, that's awesome. And you can watch them and yell at me. But gibberish opinions are allowed. I do know what I'm talking about because I've been watching wrestling for a while. I also agree, I don't have any idea how I've got a platform either. I think about this every day. And I definitely am a joke. I can't argue with that. I mean, you didn't need to do the last one going, joke, as if you're just shouting off into the abyss. But yes, I agree with you, Steph. Steph? Yes, Steph. Let's meet up for a cup of tea. So there you go. A bunch of absolute crazy people that will never go away on the internet. People always say lovely stuff. I can't believe Simon would ever get such negative comments. Sometimes, as always, like everybody, I try to go back into the comments and be like, man, I'm really going to support this and reply to everyone. And then you just ruined within about 30 seconds because people, they're not even mean. I like it. I genuinely appreciate the fact that anybody would give a damn to the point they want to send me a message. That takes time. We only have so many minutes in our life, and you've chosen to get in touch with me. All right. Now, please do leave a comment below. Maybe a horrible one. I'll know if it's horrible, like, for actual reals, though. So don't try and do a fake one. Like the video, share the video, and subscribe. Click the bell, ding, ding, so you know when videos going live. Notification crew. There will be a video on the screen. Ta-da! Give it a click. Otherwise, please do go to grillandmind.com/supplements. Get 10% off. I use these supplements. I think they're great. I do get a little bit of money, so it's a great way to support the channel. And there's a sale on now for the rest of days. So make sure you check out grillandmind.com/Simon to let you know about that. At Simon316 on Instagram and Twitter. I'm on Cameo. I'm also on patreon.com/Simon316. I have merchandise. It's pro wrestling tees. It's Samsung Athletics. Please have a look at them. If you like a design, use the links in the description below again and make a little bit of money off that. All to keep all of this stuff going. And I do believe that's everything. Apart from saying happy holidays, happy whatever you're celebrating right now. Thank you as always for the support. Even to the crazy people. See you soon.